Hi Dynamos, it's me, Miss Dress. Time for writing on Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. Alright, today we're going to be working on adding some details to what we already have written. So, I'm going to look for places in my writing where I could tell more. I'm not going to add more to the end to make the story keep going today. I'm just going to add some details. So, the first thing I see is right here where I said one day. I could add more details. I could talk about what day it was. Like, was it a Monday? Was it a Friday? Maybe it was a weekend. Maybe it was a day in May. So I'm trying to think. The Dynamos were taking a hike. I'm going to add in with a caret, and I'm going to say in May. So now instead of it saying, one day the Dynamos were taking a hike in a new part of the woods, it says one day in May the Dynamos were taking a hike in a new part of the woods. Then I noticed this word woods here, and I was thinking, my reader probably wonders what the woods look like. Like, is it a dark and creepy woods? Or is it a beautiful woods with a lake? So right here, I'm going to add a sentence, and I'm going to tell about the woods. So if we're going to see, if we're going to see a castle, they can't be like super crowded with trees, because then we wouldn't see the castle. So I'm going to say, went to a new part of the woods. It was full of trees. That's an S. Except for a, and if you have to write sideways down your page like this, it's okay. It was full of trees except for a clearing. That would be where the castle was. So then all of a sudden Dylan C. shouted, "What in the world is that?" Now Dylan C. could shout in lots of different ways. He could shout angrily, "What in the world is that?" He could also shout excitedly, like he's really excited, "What in the world is that?" So I'm going to make him shout excitedly. "What in the world is that?" All the Dynamos looked where he was pointing. "It's a castle," yelled Kaylin. The Dynamos looked all around. Now, if the Dynamos looked all around at the castle, I should probably tell what they saw. Like what color it was. Did it have towers? Did it have flags? Did it have a moat? Did it have a drawbridge? My reader probably wants to know what the castle looked like. So after the Dynamos looked all around, I'm going to add a sentence in where I'm going to describe the castle. Oops, that's supposed to be an O. Actually, I think I'm going to end up adding two sentences here. My first sentence is, there was a large moat around the castle. It was built with gray stones and had and flags. Oops. Okay. But Luke had noticed a sign. "Look at this," he said. The dynamos all crowded around the sign. Barbara read the sign. "The Castle Challenge," said Samuel. "That sounds epic," said the dynamos. So I think maybe here I could add another detail after Barbara read the sign. Maybe she could read the sign to us so we all know what it says, including the reader. So I'm going to put a line here so I remember to add that detail in. Okay, so here's my story now with added details. The Dynamos and the Castle Challenge. One day in May, the Dynamos were taking a hike in a new part of the woods. It was full of trees except for a clearing. All of a sudden, Dylan C. shouted excitedly, "What in the world is that?" All the Dynamos and Miss Strass looked where he was pointing. "It's a castle," yelled Kaylin. The Dynamos looked all around. There was a large moat around the castle. It was built with gray stones and had lots of towers and flags. The castle was locked up tight, but Luke had noticed a sign. "Look at this," he said. The Dynamos all crowded around the sign. Barbara read the sign. I'm going to add in right here what the sign said. "The Castle Challenge," said Samuel. "That sounds epic," said the Dynamos. I think my story is much better with details. So today you need to work on adding some details to your story. Okay? See you guys later.